Hello everyone and welcome to Gregtech New Horizons Season 2. I am Gregtech and today we're going to begin the massive journey into this world. I'm super excited. This is version 2.8, which is technically an alpha right now, but it'll be in beta very soon, like in the next few weeks soon. And then it'll be fully released probably within a couple weeks after that. You can get the beta version by getting to the dailies on the dev versions. There's more information in the Gregtech New Horizons Discord. It's not too hard to find if you go looking for it. But what is Gregtech New Horizons? Well, this is the Big Mama mod pack for Minecraft. It's bigger than Pyanodons in Factorio, if you know what that is. It takes people thousands of hours to beat, and we're going to start that journey. I don't know if we're going to beat it. We'll only find out if we get started, and I'm hosting a local host server. I don't know what the seed looks like yet, so we're gonna dive into that together. By the way, this is a live stream, but I turned off chat and my face cam for now just because I wanted to introduce the series kind of in a more controlled manner here, but we will be switching back on the face cam and the live chat here in a bit. So as with all Minecraft journeys, it starts with punching trees, and I'll talk a little bit more about the mod pack for those who don't know anything about it here in a minute, but I wanted to first kind of go over, like, who am I and what are we doing here? So I'm Gregtech. I'm a variety streamer. I have played mostly Factorio, but I've played a lot of games on my channel. I did Season 1 of Gregtech New Horizons last year and had a lot of fun with it. I got about 200 hours in. I'm hoping to get further this time, and there have been two major updates, which was the 2.7 update and the 2.8 update, which is now in alpha. So we're two versions further in, and there's lots of stuff. I'm gonna punch some oak logs here because, as with all Minecraft journeys, it starts with punching trees. Classic. I am just trying to get a few things done because the first day only lasts so long, and I'd like to have a bed before the end of the first day. I will talk more as we go. But there is a little bit of a rush here at the beginning, and I will grab these gardens because they have some snacks and we need food early on. And the main thing I'm hoping for is sheep. We need wool to make our first bed. Wood, wool, and a little bit of gravel. So I want this to be a series that you can play along with if you are interested. And so I will be talking a little bit about my setup and stuff. So here's some sheep. We're gonna get rid of these guys so we can get some, hopefully enough wool. I think we need 6. And yeah, so let's take out these sheep. Anyway, this series is going to be one that I'm hoping some of you guys play along with me, so I'm not going to... quicksand. I'm not going to be heavily editing this series. It's going to be edited for YouTube, but you can also watch live... Oh, wow, 2 squares of quicksand? That's annoying. Well, this is going to take up half of our first day. There we go. Alright, we're free. And punch this sheep. So Gregtech being a mini 1,000-houred mod pack is one that a lot of people burn out on, and I will share here in a minute kind of some of the strategies I'm planning on employing to try to not burn out. I'd like to get as far as I can get as long as my interest level is high. Now, obviously, I can't promise anything. I don't know if we'll get anywhere near beating the pack, but I want to get as far as I can, and so I need to employ some strategies to prevent burnout. Because it's really easy to get burnt out on something like Gregtech New Horizons, just because of it's a little grindy, it's got a lot to it, you know, it's got... Let's take a look at the quest book, by the way. We haven't opened this up yet. Look at this. Look at this. There's 2 pages before tier 0, and then there's a tier 0.5. You're 4 pages in. I mean, one of them's tips and tricks, but still, before you've even gotten to tier 1, it's crazy how much there is to do. We will be following the quest book pretty closely. I'm not planning to 100% it or anything like that, but I will make heavy use of the quest book because it's quite well done and it's really useful, but B, I think it's a great kind of pathway, especially for myself, not being a very experienced Gregtecher. And for you, if you're playing along, it's really nice to have someone who's kind of going through the quest book rather than skipping around and doing their own thing. So like I said, this is designed to be a play-along series if you're interested, because I think everyone can play Gregtech New Horizons. If you're scared, I get it. I am too, a little bit, but it's not as bad as you think. The quest book is really nice, and if you apply some of the strategies I'm going to talk about, it's really not too bad. So you too can play Gregtech New Horizons. So we've got maybe enough wool here, and maybe enough wood, and maybe we can make a bed. Oh yeah, mobs explode sometimes. Welcome to Gregtech. Okay, so to make a bed, I do just know this one, or to make a crafting table, we need gravel turned into flint, and then we need 2 logs and 2 flint, and then we can make our crafting table. And then to make a bed, we need quite a few things, actually. We're gonna need a bunch of planks. We might actually not have enough, because we need to turn into sticks. And then we need wood. I hope I'm doing this right. I did it recently, just to kind of practice. We need to make fences here. Yeah, and then I don't remember the rest. Oh, I'm in... Why does it... Okay, I think this has been fixed. It starts in cheat mode. I'll delete these, don't worry. Those don't count. That's my bad. I forgot to disable that. I think that's been fixed. And we need a mallet and then 3 planks. Okay. So we are on an alpha version and that's been fixed, so don't worry about that. That won't happen to you in your game. Don't worry, you won't be an accidental cheater like me. So let's get some wood here. I may turn off those fireworks at some point. I'll leave them on for now. But they do get a little annoying to me personally, but they're also kind of fun and exciting. A little bit of both. But yeah, we need a bunch of planks, and then we need to make a stick, and then we do this for a soft mallet. And I think I'm still 1 log short. Okay, and then once we have the bed, then I can pontificate a little bit more here, because I'll feel less scared of nighttime. So we need 3 planks, soft mallet. Oh, we need to turn the wool into carpets. There we go. Stretch those across the top. Get a nice soft padding for us. Soft mallet, 2 fences, and we got ourselves a real bed. And we will trash the other 3. The cheated beds. Whoops. We'll just forget I did that. Now we're back in normal mode. You can actually see, you can click on things properly. Okay, we've got a bed. So, back to kind of how is this series going to look? Well, I have some philosophies that I think will help carry us through Gregtech New Horizons to be less burnouty. And Rule 0, and I always call it Rule 0 because it's a rule that everyone should be following when they're doing something for fun, like a video game. Have fun. If we're not having fun, we're doing something wrong, right? Like that is why we're here. We're not here. I'm not here to make content. That is what I'm doing. Yes, but it's not why I'm here. If I'm not having fun, the series will end, because it's not fun for you guys if you're watching someone not have fun. And you should stop playing if you're not having fun, right? So the goal is to keep having fun as long as we can. And to keep the fun alive, that's what the other rules are for. So rule number 1 is the Zen garden approach. And it's really fitting we spawned in a lavender biome here because it kind of looks like a Zen garden. And this is an approach that was coined, I believe, by Not Melon for the Pyanodon series, or the mod in Factorio, which is kind of the equivalent to Gregtech New Horizons in Factorio. They're very different in many ways, but they're at least in the same ballpark of like ultra complex, lots of crazy stuff, extra complicated and difficult in a lot of ways. And the idea of the Zen garden approach is that you're showing up to the game to tend to the garden. You're not here to progress the quest book to the next thing. You might end up doing that, of course, as you play, but that's not why you're logging in. You're logging in to just tend to the garden. You're going to do some things. You're going to do things that need to get done, and you're going to have fun doing them. It's very much a classic idea of like, it's all about the journey, not the destination, right? And that's what we're going to be implementing in this playthrough. It's about the journey, not the destination. We're going to try to make a space that we want to live in. We're going to make a base that looks nice. We're going to have fun setting stuff up, even if we don't need to set it up. We're not speed running. We're not trying to get to the end of the pack or even a specific point in the pack as quickly as possible. We're just relaxing and having fun. It is the Zen Garden approach, and it's been working well for my Pionodon series, and I think it works well for Gregtech as well. I need some food, so I'm looking for some of those gardens actually. This game has, I can eat raw mutton, but I could get food poisoning from it, so I'd rather not. So I'm looking for gardens with food in them. There's some corn. It's better than nothing. And a bamboo shoot. So, rule number 2 is prioritizing long-term gains. The more you invest into your future, the less frustrated you get. This idea is pretty common in software programming. It's known as technical debt, right? If you skip doing it the right way early on, then it comes back to bite you in the butt later. And if you do too much of that, it eventually adds up and you log into the game and you're like, oh my God, the number of things I have to do to be able to like get back to normal is so high that I'm overwhelmed. And so if you build up too much technical debt for yourself, you end up wanting to play less. So we're going to try to invest into those long-term gains early, do things right the first time, you know, batch craft things where we can to prevent overwhelmed stuff. And then finally, rule number 3 is that this is more of a content creator rule, is that my episodes are not inherently connected to big milestones in progress. I'm okay if the only thing that happens in an episode is derping around, looking at NEI, figuring out what we want to do next. Maybe I fix a thing or two. Maybe I go mining a little bit. If that's all we get done in one episode, I'm okay with that. I'm not trying to make every episode perfectly packaged. I will edit out the most boring. Like if I go mining for 2 hours, I'm not just going to leave all that in most of the time for the YouTube edits. At the same time, at the beginning, I will leave that in because that's what the game is about. Basically, as things get boring and more grindy feeling, I will just be hanging out with Twitch for those moments. If you want to see all those moments, you can go and watch the YouTube live VODs. You don't have to, like if you want to see all the minutes, you can watch the live VODs instead of the YouTube edits. So those are my rules. Just 3 rules. 4 if you count rule 0. Have fun, Zen Garden, prioritize long-term gains, and the episodes are detached from progress. So I'm now going to turn Twitch chat back on, and they're going to go nuts. And then I'll turn on the face cam again. Like I said, this is going to be a live series. So if you want to join live, you can do that on Twitch or on, hi everybody, or on YouTube Live. So we'll be hanging out. I don't have a schedule set yet, so you'll have to join my Discord if you want to get announcements for my current schedule. But yeah, welcome everybody. I'm so excited. Gregtech New Horizons is so fun, and I can't wait to get back into this world. There's a lot of stuff new in 2.7 and 2.8. One of them is wooden tools, so we don't need flint to make tools anymore. So I actually need to go chop some more oak logs real quick. And yeah, let's get a couple things going, and then I'll talk a little bit about my settings for people who are wanting to play along to kind of see if, so that we can be in the same world together. It's only been 10 months. That is crazy. It feels like it's been longer. So the seed I'm using is 228-2025. So this is season 2 of Gregtech for me. Gregtech New Horizons, I should say. And it is version 2.8, and the year is 2025. So not maybe that creative, but it's something. Hey everyone, Editor Gregtech here. So first thing I want to mention is regarding the Twitch chat. I was on the fence about whether to have it on the screen or not. It does seem a little bit in the way. I'm going to try to maybe make it a little bit smaller and move it out of the way a bit more. I could potentially record a separate version without Twitch chat. However, this would be difficult for a few technical reasons, and it would make editing a little trickier. And the bigger reason I'm having it visible, for now at least, is that I'm going to be discussing things with Twitch chat, and a lot of our conversation topics are going to make less sense if you can't see the question that was asked or the thing that was said that I'm responding to. And it's kind of weird if you're left out of that as a viewer, but please let me know your thoughts. I'm open to hearing other things there. Second, I'm going to have to cut out a lot of stream time in these edits, so I'm not going to have time to make it a perfect edit, you know, go through every single minute of footage and make sure every important thing is cut to. So there will sometimes be things that are left out that might have been somewhat, you know, relevant or interesting. So if you want to see the full video, go over to the YouTube live VOD, or the Twitch VODs are up for, you know, a couple weeks as well. And you can watch the full thing there if you feel like you missed something, because I can't guarantee that every single interesting moment, you know, will make it into these final videos. If I'm editing 4 hours of streaming down to 1 hour or 1.5 hours of YouTube video, there's just going to have to be a lot that's not there. So just be aware of that. And also, finally, this is a new format for me. Doing streaming, which I then edit down to a smaller video, is something I've never done before. So thank you for your patience with it. I think I'll get better at it as time goes on. So give me all your feedback that you have in the comments regarding stuff like what I've left in versus left out versus time-lapsed, all those types of things, and the overall length of the videos. Just let me know everything that you guys think in the comments. Anyway, back to the show. Thanks for listening. So we're going to get some of the, what even is this called? Jacaranda wood. I've never heard of that. I assume it's a real thing, but I've never heard of it. And then, yeah, there might be a couple settings I need to fix. But I did a test stream before this one to make sure most of the settings were in the ballpark. So yeah, what features does 2.8 have to offer? And even 2.7 has a bunch that we'll get into later, like the changing of the ores. So when you mine ores now, you're not mining the block. You get the new Minecraft, I don't even know what you call them. Like if I type iron ore, well, first of all, there's these groupings now. And I changed the background. If you have a blue background that's a little visually noisy to you, you can do what I did and go into the settings to make it so that the groupings don't have a bright blue background. But yeah, when you mine iron ore, it turns into this, the raw ores. So that's a new thing. So there's that happened in 2.7. That's a pretty meaningful change. And then watch this. Oh, offhand. I freaked out the other day when I learned that 2.8 added the offhand somehow into Gregtech New Horizons. So now you can hold a torch in one hand while you do things with the other. It's just incredible. I'm so happy about it. So offhand is now a thing. Very exciting. I'm going to grab these blueberry bushes because they're actually quite a good source of food early on. Yeah, we are mining them. Okay. Yeah, and the torch can be held in the offhand. I don't know, does that actually create anti-mob spawning lighting, or is it only, because I've heard it's only client-side lighting. It might not prevent mob spawns, but it is at least, it helps you see, which is sometimes the only thing you care about. So that's important. So yeah, what are we doing in this episode? The first goal is to kind of find a place to live. And for now, we'll be surviving off of food grabbed from random stuff. Because that's just how it's going to work. Oops. What did I just... Oh, weird. I clicked on the arrow instead. Total misclick. All right, and then with the logs, I was going to make some sticks here. And then we'll make some tools like a sword, a shovel, a regular wood axe, and a pickaxe. Do I need a hoe for right now? Probably not. All right. So we got basic tools. And this is new to 2.8. If you're like, wait, wooden tools? Those don't work. You're right. This is a 2.8 thing. They changed that. We'll kill some more sheep. The mutton's nice to cook in a furnace. All of the meats are good. Good food. So, yeah, I'm trying to think if there's anything else I need to go over from my little document here about introducing the series. I guess just kind of like, if you're new to Gregtech, it is a huge mod pack with tons of... It's a focus on automation, so if you're a fan of Factorio or Satisfactory, there's a decent chance you might enjoy Gregtech New Horizons as well. So, yeah, that's about all I have to say about that for now. So, I haven't been looking at chat just because I had so many things to say, but I'll start responding to chat. How close am I to being done with Pyanodons? A very long way. Very long way from that. Where are we going to settle? That's the real question. I don't want to settle in the lavender fields. We want, if you look at the top left here, the in-game info.xml, it shows us the humidity. We want to settle in a biome with good humidity because I do know a few things. And one of the things that I know is when we create a, it's probably in this age somewhere, water tank. It might be an LV. Or maybe tips and tricks. I should probably just search for it. Water tank. Oh, I misclicked. I meant to click this one. No. Where are you? I mean, I know it's going to be in here somewhere. Anyway, a water tank utilizes the humidity in the biome, and it collects infinite water for you for free. So... anyway, as far as people looking for links to the daily dev builds, you can go to the Gregtech New Horizons announcements channel. So just join the gtnh Discord, and there'll be a link right there in the announcements. If you don't want to join Discord, I'll plan to put a link in the description of the YouTube episode for those who are watching the future edited series. Let's eat some blueberries. You can only eat an item like 4 or 5 times in a row before it loses all of its value. There seems to be a bug. Wait, what? How was I able to eat that 9 times? Did they nerf this? Cadis? What? How could I eat so many of them? The first 20 are free. Oh, interesting. Okay, well that's good to know. Okay, so they didn't nerf it. It's just a beginning of the game change. I should not be running into the snowy forest. That's a bad play. Please don't eat me. Why are you eating me? Oh, well. Welcome to Gregtech. Okay, first death, easy peasy. There's reason number 2 why you shouldn't be in the... No! I almost just jumped into quicksand. Reason number 2 why you shouldn't be in the snowy forest. We just had to say hi to Direwolf. Grab some zucchinis and whatnot on the way over. Anyway, to all who have said, like, you know, happy GTNH day and stuff like that, thank you for the comments. I don't know who you are, but I love seeing people suffer. Yes, thank you. John Brown, how's it going? Glad you're here. Pyanodons, for those who don't know, is... I already talked about that. Sorry, my brain's going in like 500 directions at once here. But yeah, a lot of people are commenting on playing Pyanodons and Gregtech at the same time. At first I thought it was weird too, but Pyanodons has become part of my morning routine, and I really enjoy it as part of my day. And I only ever do like 1 or 2 episodes a day usually. I don't generally play longer than that. Sometimes I need to because I need to like plan ahead or whatever. But for the most part, I'm only doing 1 or 2 episodes, and that really helps me not burn out. Because like I actually often am not getting to play enough. Like when I'm done, I'm like, oh man, I can't wait again to get to do the thing I wanted to do tomorrow. So being able to do that's really nice. Are YouTube comments not showing? Gosh dang it. If they're not, that's really annoying again. I have a thing that should be showing that. Let me double check on that. Sleep. Test. Yeah, it seems like it should be working. There's that one. I think I was just responding to old comments, is all. You guys saw the comments I'm responding to. They were just a while ago. Yeah, they're showing up now. Yeah, everything's fine. Everything is fine. Let me delete this. Control B, remove. I'll try to mention hotkeys when I press them because not everybody knows what all the hotkeys are. And sometimes hotkeys exist that you didn't even know existed. So I'll try to remember to point those things out when I get to them. Because again, I want to be a noob-friendly stream. Like, if you're new to the game, I want you to feel like you can play along with me and learn the things you need to learn to be able to play. I keep hitting tab for my inventory. I might have to change that because that's what Factorio is, and because I'm gonna be going back and forth between the games. Wait, is that even true? Is tab inventory in Factorio? My brain is already gone. This is what Gregtech does to you. Look at me. I'm already losing my mind. I don't need a gray wool. I don't need barley right now. I need to focus on things that actually matter, like food. Until we find a good spot to make our home. That's goal number 1. Find a spot to make our home. And I also have, I think, whoa, what is that? Why did that pop up? I hit Control 3 and that popped up. That's weird. I'm using OBS to try to create chapter markers, which enables me to edit a lot more easily later. So I'm going to try to use that. So that way, if I'm about to do a time lapse, you know, of mining, I can like hit a hotkey on my keyboard. And then I know when I'm editing later, like, oh, this is where I started doing that time lapse. But apparently Control 3 shows a recipe for what you're looking at, which I need to change. So we have found a village. There's wheat. Rubber tree. Did I get rubber saplings, by the way? I didn't even like pay attention to if I picked up some rubber saplings when I cut down the tree. I don't think I did. That's funny. I got a bunch of rubber wood and sticky resin, but I didn't get any rubber saplings. Ooh, a cauldron. Nice. And bookshelves, like a lot of them. This is good stuff. Pressure plates and doors as well. Like, doors are not easy to make. Gregtech doors. By the way, I need to change the hotkey. Well, what is the hotkey? It's just 3. Recipe. So should we change that to? Let's change that to like 8. So here's the recipe for door. It needs iron rings, iron screws, or well, metal rings and screws, a trapdoor, planks, and tools. But still doable. Oh, there is a tinker smeltery. Yes. Oh, nice. Okay, that is dope. This is what we love to see. So this will save us a ton of work later. There's even 2 casting basins and 2 casting tables. That's really nice. Okay, so these things are not the easiest to make. You have to have a bunch of seared bricks, which is made by a bunch of grout, which is annoying because it's clay dust and sand and gravel. It's not all that hard, but like it's annoying because you need the paper for the patterns and the... It's a ton of like busy work. So not needing to make all those blocks just saves us a bunch of busy work, which is nice. Let me actually just mark this on the map. Tinker's Smeltery. And we'll come back for all this at some point. Definitely don't want to live here. This is not a great place, so we'll come back for it. Part of me wants to be close to the desert, actually, so I might actually go back to the west and explore over here. Yeah. There is another huge change in 2.8 that I am interested in, which is the, what's it called? The auto crafting, which is what they're calling it. I don't know. That doesn't quite feel like the right name, but basically... Oh, this is still here from my test stream the other day, even though that was on a different save. It allows you to create a crafting chain using NEI, and with one click, it will craft the whole chain as long as all the items you need for it are in your inventory and you're using a vanilla crafting table to do it. You can't use like Tinker's crafting tables. It won't pull from inventories. So it's a really strong feature. You could, like, for example, you could batch craft an entire stack of LV circuits. So it's kind of like an auto clicker if it went ham. You know, if you spent 3 hours programming auto hotkey to like do a stack of LV circuits for you, it does that automatically. It's awesome. It's really awesome to their own world. I think it's this. I don't remember. Nope, that's wrong. How do I make a furnace? Let's find out together. Oh, it's kind of like that. Okay. 3 flint between 3 cobble. Or it's a flint sandwich. That's what it is. All right, and then we can throw some random spruce logs in there and then get some pork chops cooked. And yeah, I'm hoping for a good biome. None of these have felt right to me for a place to put our base. Alright, so for those from future YouTube, hopefully the time-lapse of all that exploration was enjoyable. And I think this is where we're going to make our base. So it's kind of between two... there's a cloud just going through the tower, or the redwood tower tree. There's a roguelike tower over there, which is why I was saying the word tower. And there's kind of these 2 mountains, and I think this will be a nice kind of area where we can build some flat ground, but also have some roads that like go into the side of one of these mountains as kind of an underground base area, so we can kind of do similar to what we did last time. I like having a mixture of overworld and underground, because when you're all underground, that's a little much for me. I don't think I want to be pure underground, but I like having some underground as well. So I think this is where we will build a base. So for now, what I'll do, and it is just a lot safer and easier to go underground at first. I need some food for now. We've been eating a lot of random stuff, but we'll finally be able to place down a furnace and cook some stuff, which will be good. Yeah, Minecraft is very tricky to mod because of all of the different pieces of the different elements of jank between, yeah, server plus multiplayer plus not being able to modify Minecraft itself plus being in Java. Thankfully, the newer versions of Java are helping with some of the issues that existed for a long time. But I'm thinking let's get started right. Where do we kind of want our baseline to be? Like the average Z level? Because if we go too high, we have to build up too much, and if we go too low, we have to flatten too much. So I'm thinking like maybe this tile or this tile feels about right. Yeah, I think this tile's my tile. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna begin the base right here. Ooh, this is exciting. I know I'm just digging dirt blocks, but conceptually I'm very excited. My shovel just broke. But we can make a new one. It's so weird to make wooden tools. Okay, so it is a little bit far to get into the side of the mountain there. Am I too low? No, because the water's still lower. I mean, what's my Y level? I guess I can look over at the side. This is still 69. Oh, it's the... Nice. Right? We gotta start at this Z level. I didn't even mean to pick this Z level. Alright, well, what I will do is just kind of skip to being closer to the mountain for now. We'll just dig a hole here. We'll flatten stuff out later, but... For now, this will be kind of the entrance to our little hidey hole. We will place the one torch that we have for now. Torches are kind of difficult to get in the early game in Gregtech, so a torch requires actual coal, charcoal, or lignite coal, or coal coke. Or sticky resin and string. Or torch berries, but we don't have those yet. So we have to find a lignite coal vein. And it's not just everywhere like it is in Minecraft. Yeah, there was some coke back with the steel, so I might run back for that at some point. As far as things we found while exploring... We didn't find a whole lot. We did find some steel, though, which you can tier skip a little bit with steel, like the adventure backpack I think you can get with steel that you can't get early on. So for those who don't know some basic hotkeys, there is F7. I don't know my hotkeys either. F9 overlays the chunk borders, and you can see where ore chunks are. So like the ore vein, it's always easiest to dig down in that blue area because that'll be where the ore vein is centered. And then F7 shows where mobs can spawn. And yellow means they can't spawn yet, but red means they can spawn yet. So things should be turning red very soon. Or do I have that wrong? Or yellow means daylight will prevent it from spawning. Red means it'll spawn even during the day. That's what it is. And then there's this new thing in the bottom left down here that I'm seeing that's telling me what? Like how many dirt blocks total I have? That's kind of cool. For now, we'll sleep in a hole. Nice! I love me some hole sleepage. And we'll get a little furnace placed, and I'll throw in the rubber wood because I don't really need that for anything else now. We'll cook our mutton. Turn off F7 here. And yeah, I mean, this is gonna be a good spot for a base, I think. It's close to water, flat enough that it won't be a super big pain to terraform this area for outdoors, and we've got a nice mountain, so we can even have like a second floor pretty easily once we go a little bit into the side of the mountain here. As far as biomes around us, I haven't actually explored that much around this exact area, so that'll be a journey. We will probably build a bridge over this river eventually to get to the sand biome for when we need huge amounts of sand. There's a snowy forest down there. There's the village back to the east. There's lavender forest here. I feel like this is pretty good, actually. We found a lot of good stuff already on the exploration we've done. The only thing we haven't found that I really, really want is a slime island. The slime trees are so much better at getting sticky resin. Or what am I trying to say? Is that what I mean to say? Or is it what the slime trees give you? What am I trying to say? When you process these, it's the rubber dust. Yeah, it's rubber. So you can get rubber much more easily from slime trees. I think you need the sticky resin still for a couple other things, but yeah, so our goal right now, I think, is to get some chests going so we can actually store stuff. And we'll need to chop a bit more wood here. I will need some... Can I do dirt blocks for towering? And then we can chop. We can tower with some dirt blocks here to get rid of these dark oak. Hey, dude. Well, another thing that I need to do that I just remembered is we need to claim some chunks here so that mobs can't grief our base. I'm not turning the mob griefing to false. I don't mind if I'm out exploring in a cave and mobs destroy stuff, but what I really don't like is mobs destroying my base. I'm not a fan of that. Some people are like, oh yeah, my Gregtech machine exploded and I don't mind. No, I mind. If my Gregtech machines explode, I already am mad because the machine exploded. I don't want to also lose whatever was next to it in the base. I don't love that. I know it makes for some exciting content once in a while, but it's far too painful for me. So we want false there and false there. I think that's good. And then we can hit this and claim, and I'm going to chunk load that one for now and claim everything around it. Okay. Make sure it's saved. Oh, does it not save? Wait. That's server settings. I hit the wrong button. Client settings? Team settings. False, false. Okay, I think we're okay. And it is false on enable explosions. Okay, yeah, I think we're good. All right, so now creepers might kill me, but they won't kill my base. Perfect. All right, so what are my goals in this series? I mean, we've talked about wanting to get further than we got last time, but as far as like, do I have a perfect end goal? I really don't. It's to enjoy the Zen Garden experience is the #1 goal, of course. Wait, what is this? This is weird. It's like I was already here. But I'd really like to make it to the moon, is what I was gonna say. So the moon is in, I think, is it HV? Or the early EV? Search moon. And we'll start working through the quest book. I wish you can't press and hold backspace, which is surprisingly tricky. That's not what I wanted. Where's the actual moon? Huh. I don't think it's that. Oh, I guess these aren't sorted necessarily. Oh, I guess the space race is its own tab, and I'm guessing the HV tab just sends you over to the space race tab. Probably. But yeah, anyway, I'd like to go to the moon for sure. I don't remember how far we were from it last time, but would like to get to the moon. We'll see if we can get there, and then we can get beyond. So let's start reading the quest book. It starts us out saying, hello friend and welcome to gtnh. Don't get used to things being nice and comfy, because in about 10 minutes the sun will set, and unlike vanilla Minecraft, there's no light whatsoever at night, but plenty of infernal mobs coming to get you. Your first task is to find food and shelter for the night. By the end of this quest tab, you will have a bed to make things easier. I cheated. You don't need to keep this book. Yep, I already threw away the quest book, because you can press tilde. I changed that to tab, by the way, because tab is doing nothing important in Minecraft. And they talk about the Discord. I do recommend visiting the Gregtech New Horizons Discord. I will also say it can be a little hard to get your questions answered there because it's so busy. They have 2 channels. For everyone that plays Gregtech New Horizons, they have 2 channels. General and help, and they kind of feel like the same channel. So there's not like a channel for new players. There's not a channel for like, I need help in LV or MV. It's all mixed together, and I realize that's because they don't have enough mods to keep things like, there's already too much work to help mods keep everything on track. But like, as far as a Discord experience, it's not maybe perfect, but it's good. I've gotten lots of things answered there, and there are other you know, I would also actually recommend joining the Discords of some other streamers. You can join my Discord. I myself am not massively knowledgeable about GTNH, but I know some things, and there's lots of people in my channel that know more things than me. And there are lots of people in other streamers' Discords as well that know lots of things. And those Discords are usually a little bit more slow paced. So I would also recommend joining some of those Discords. And the wiki is actually quite nice. I highly recommend that. If you're looking to install the game, if you're looking to play the game, if you're looking to get ideas on what other mods could I add to the game, they've got guide pages on like IC2 crops and how to do bees and all sorts of other things. So I highly recommend the wiki. And then there's spreadsheets for stuff. I don't remember what all's in that spreadsheet, but all sorts of data. I use the Prism launcher if you're curious. Oh, frick. And this is what happens when you read the quest book. And I don't have my single torch. Well, maybe if I'm lucky, we can just keep reading the early quest book here while no mobs kill me. How's that? So we'll claim our reward here. And our first goal was to get some logs. And it gives us a torch, which is actually really handy. Which apparently glows even as an item in the world. That's cool. I'm gonna throw away a couple things here. I don't need clovers. I don't need... Well, I'll eat the apple. First, I had to place my offhand block. I don't need rotten flesh. I don't need a dandelion. I don't need bluebells. Okay. Now I have a torch. Hey, we're not in the dark. So now I should be able to dig my way out of here. Let's see if we die on the way home. But yeah, we'll work our way through the quest book. The early game is all about just kind of learning some of the Gregified recipes, you know, being able to get some sustainable food and farming, building a little home, and eventually you get... Oh god, a creeper. He went boom. You get enough, you know, mining and stuff under your belt that you can start the Steam Age. But that's still pretty far away. Like, we're not anywhere near. That's an infernal mob. Wonderful. Don't look at water with dynamic lights. Well, now we have to. What's wrong with it? Looks good to me. Oh, it's not smooth. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, Minecraft lighting isn't smooth in the first place. Got poisoned by something. I'm just trying to die closer to my respawn point. That's all. Here, why don't we just, oh my gosh. This is Gregtech. Welcome to Gregtech New Horizons. Alright, we'll sleep. I don't even have a wall by this. I should probably get a wall. But we get a cookie. Okay, so that's kind of a lot of the information out of the way. Now for the actual quest book. Where's the flint? As you might have noticed when collecting gravel, no flint dropped for you. Well, there is a recipe for that. There's always a recipe for everything. So flint, as you might have already noticed from when we made the bed earlier, is just 3 gravel. So I don't have flint on me though. Well, let's go get our death. Do I have enough flint? I might. Where's my base? I need to make a little doodad. Home base. And I don't want... Let's see, how do I... Isn't there a way... I can have it show the icon without the pillar? Maybe I can't. I thought I could, though. Maybe not. Because I don't know if I want the giant beam of light. we at least have that if we need it. Maybe I can, no, there's no alpha. I was like, maybe I can make it invisible. Options in the bottom left. Aha. Oh, there we go. Enable waypoint beacons. Where did you... There must be a cave nearby. There must be a cave harboring zombie fugitives. Oh my gosh. We've got a rare, thorny, furious zombie of hunger who's auto-healing. You know, infernal mobs did not give me much trouble in my last playthrough, but we seem to be having... Ah, this is where they're coming from. We seem to be having some issues, don't we? So then he's taking damage. Oh, we got an extra heart from the... whatever it's called, the mod, diminishing returns mod. What's the mod called? The one with nutrition. Anyway, when you eat enough hearts worth or shanks worth of different types of food, it gives you more hearts. So that's a really good way to get more maximum health. Spice of Life, thank you. That's the name of it. And with more maximum health, you can have all of the hearts. Dark oak log. Let's make a crafting table finally, because we have gravel here. Crafting table. And there we go. Get some more sticks. And then we need another axe. We need another shovel. I will need a hoe now to start planting things. And wait, why didn't the fireworks go off that time? We were getting fireworks earlier. And now we're not. All right, and something we're gonna wanna, oh, there they go. Extremely delayed fireworks. And then we want to make a bunch of chests. So a chest is... Wait, I thought slightly larger chests were removed. But they're still there. Because now we have barrels. 2.8 has brought barrels into the world. And those are nice for putting things underneath machines. So that's super handy. Hey, thanks for the sub, Arcturix. Welcome, welcome. But yeah, just regular old wooden chest. That's a demon's chest. This is... Oh. Okay, that's weird. Why is the chest showing... Nothing else is showing its recipe. But when I mouse over the chest, it shows the recipe. That's weird, right? Because I favorited it. Oh, interesting. Oh, that was during the test stream. Okay, yeah, I'm like, I don't remember doing that. It's because we did during the test stream. All right, so anyway, the chest, we can then use regular logs, planks, and a piece of flint. So we need some more logs here. And I don't love birch, but it'll work for crafting chests. This guy is going to be really annoying. I wonder if I have enough damage to kill him without getting wrecked. See, the problem is he hits me, I think, at a longer range than I can hit him. So this is not going to go well. I'm going to have to lure him into some sort of trap. I don't really know the best way to do this. die a bunch of times. This is a really annoying infernal mob to have right next to my base. What's funny is, like, infernal mobs spawn quite a bit at night, but they're not, like, all over the place. I feel like we just got pretty unlucky. Why don't I just lure him away, maybe far enough away, and then he won't bother us anymore. He's got a pretty low aggro range, though, which is really weird. Like, why is he not chasing me? I mean, I'm glad that he has a low aggro range. So if we just lure him over here a little bit, we should be fine. As long as he doesn't wander back. Come on, big guy. Stay away from my home. And then put a door in. Oh, I did not do that correctly. I forget, do mobs trigger pressure plates or not? I can't remember if that actually keeps them out or not. Hello, Mr. Chicken. Goodbye, Mr. Chicken. I need your poultry. Whoa. Just sent that pig. Do rabbits drop meat? I don't know if they actually do. And I'm not gonna... Oh, well, I just found out. A mob killed a bunny, and it does drop meat. Yes, they do trigger wooden pressure plates. So what did I use then last season? Is it steel pressure plates, our player only? There was some, or I can't remember. I remember using some form of pressure plate that wasn't triggered by mobs. At least I'm pretty sure. I had some sort of garage door system that was triggered by pressure plate that mobs didn't open. It must not be the normal ones. Is that garnet sand, huh? But that's not... Wait a second. Why didn't I just get a notification about that getting added to the ore chunks? Gregtech ore veins. Because normally the map will add the ore veins that you find to the map. I'm wondering if garnet veins are small ores that can spawn anywhere. I don't remember them being that, but my memory is really bad, so... Okay. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna make the chest. How do we do this? Control Shift A. No. Control Alt A? Control Shift A. And then that... How do we do this? You gotta click and drag that. How do I just want that to be its own. How do you delete this group once you drag it? Okay, so early priorities. Oh, by the way, I have a notes app. Ta-da! So this notes app is going to help us keep track of all the wonderful things we're going to do. So early priorities, we need to find coal vein. So that's going to be on our list. And then we can pin our find coal. That doesn't seem to work. This worked last time. This worked in my testing. This is literally just called the Notes app, but I don't know why it's not working. Oh, you know what? It might need to be in the text itself. Sorry. Yeah, there we go. So now we can have a little indicator over there that's reminding us what we're actually working on right now. And you can easily unpin things as desired, so you can keep track of kind of what you're doing. So like right now, overall to-do list is find coal vein, and then better tools, and what? Chests and furnaces. Like, how big does this pinned thing get? Oh, did it not save? I think I had to hit the save button. That is kind of annoying. But I think I did hit cancel, to be fair. Better tools. Can you use icons? I have no idea. Probably not. Chests and furnaces. Yeah, I don't know much about this mod yet. I haven't played with it a ton. I'm wondering if you can also change like how big, because that's pretty big over there. If I'm keeping it, you know, keeping track of it like that. So I'm wondering if in the mod options you can make it smaller. Nope, there's no configs. Cool. People quest. By the way, there's this whole coin system. So I haven't talked about this yet, but coins are a way to kind of help players. If you do a lot of the quests, you start to accumulate different types of coins, and you can spend those coins in one of these tabs to purchase things that are relevant for you at the stage that you're in. So like if you're like, oh, I need some red alloy cables, you can use the coins you've gotten from succeeding in some other areas to help you get some of what you need more of. So it helps kind of shore up the gaps in your current playthrough. It's really handy. Certain things are really hard to find. So if you're like, oh, I can't find olive trees and you really want them, well, you can get a few of the forest ranger coins and now you have olive sapling. So it's really handy. I actually really like the system. There were a couple things in my last playthrough where I remember it felt a little bit overpowered almost, like, oh, that's like easier to get from coins than it is to actually get the thing. But for the most part, it actually felt pretty balanced, and like coins aren't the best way to get something, but they are a way to get something. And I highly recommend spending your coins. You should stockpile a few of them, but once you have like, you know, 3 to 5 stacks, like you should be spending some of those. So anyway, what was I going to look for? I don't remember. Oh, I was just planting the gardens. That's all. So yeah, we'll keep chopping some birch trees here. And I can play for about another hour and 20 minutes. So our plan, hopefully by the end of the stream, is to maybe have gotten... I want to say Tinker's Construct Tools. Are we going to be far enough by then? We might not be. No, probably not. We're probably still 2 streams away from Tinker's Construct Tools. Unless you're rushing them. Shift A, Alt click on these, and then I can just come up to a crafting table and make one as long as I have logs. Percent favorites. Nice. There we go. Because I want to remove this one. Sweet. Thanks for the help with that. I don't feel tired right now, but it's 6:40 p.m. Wow, it's really stormy out, so if... I got a blood moon on the 13th night? Are you kidding me? Fun. And it's literally like a freaking hurricane outside in real life. So if this goes out, it's it's because my computer died or I died, one of the two. Oh my goodness. Well, we'll just have to mine out a little bit of space in here and we can read some quests. So, main quest and secondary quest. Now that you've made it this far, you might notice how the 2 new quests look different. Quest with the jagged edges is a main quest. It's linked to other... Okay, this is stuff we understand. What are the coins for? You can use them to purchase things in the Coins questbook tab. We already talked about coins a little bit, and this is enough to purchase a sapling. And so now these are our main quests here. tools. Hey, we made one of all the wooden tools. So we've learned how to do that, and we get a reward of a loot bag, basic Stone Age. I mean, that's probably more useful than a cookie. And then we get some coins here. So let's see what's in our Stone Age loot bag. Here, let's see what can a Stone Age loot bag get us? Mostly food. Or some armors. A copper chest would be nice. But yeah, pretty much all food. I'm okay with that. And we get nothing. Hooray! Yeah, we got our 1% blood moon on day 13. Feels good. Feels good, man. All right, Monster Hunter. Wait, this is confusing. This one has you craft all 4, but then this one just has you craft a wooden sword as well. But we already crafted a wooden... Nope. Sorry, those are the 4 tools. I'm wrong. Totally wrong. And then we needed 6 wool, which we already got. Look at this. Just blowing through the quest book. I'll take another chest. Thank you very much. That's just telling us how to craft those things. Okay, monster trap. If you're lucky enough to spawn near sand, you can find some quicksand. Dig a small ditch and fill it with the quicksand to protect your dirt-based home. Just don't fall in. I don't think it's worth collecting 64 quicksand just for that. And we can make stairs. Weirdly, this recipe is not Gregified, so that's nice. So we can just make stairs. Bamboo fence. Huh. Interesting. These are just options to protect yourself, but we're not gonna need any of those. Oak sapling. Oak trees are not apple trees. Oak trees that give apples? Who the hell added this to Minecraft? But you can combine an oak sapling and an apple to make an apple sapling. And then there are other types of fruit trees as well. So we'll get some of those growing. Your first long-range weapon, wooden spear. I don't think I care about that. I mean, other than making loot bags, we get a bow soon enough, so it just doesn't quite feel worth it. Wow, it's just raining so hard out there. Alright, so we need to mine some cobblestone. We need to make a furnace, which we already did. We need to make a soft mallet, which we already did, to get to the bed. So we're getting there. I don't want to mine too much, though, until we've found more torches. Because we want to be able to light our whole base. So, look at all these chests, though. This is great. Wait, do I have to do it that way? Can't I place these next to each other now? Am I making that up? Sneak press? No. Okay, I thought we could. Maybe that was in a different version I played. You can put them on top of each other. Maybe that's what I'm thinking. Okay, so we'll get some storage action going over here. Let's put all our coins into one. It's raining so hard outside, it's like I can barely hear the game anymore. The loot bags can turn into Steam Age loot bags at 3-to-1, and those can turn into... Those cannot turn into LV loot bags. Oh, no, there it is. Yeah, okay. But that's only in the assembler. So you'd have to... No, you can trade them. You can trade them in here. Yeah, I don't know. I think I'll probably spin the stone ones. You'd have to get 9 stone ones to get an LV. So... Is there like a tornado warning? Let me make sure I'm not about to die. Real quick. think we're okay. Just a lot of rain. Just a lot of rain. It's still nighttime here, 2:26 a.m. What else do we need to do? I don't know how to be organized at this point. Let's throw all of our Pam's stuff into one. Maybe just everything related to things that grow can go in one chest for now. Those will all go in here. Did the door just open? It might have. And then a rabbit hide, huh? Okay, I'll put tools in there, backup tools here. Mob drops can go in there. Maybe food goes in the top left. Mushroom garden. Alright. I don't know what to do with my stone dust. For now, we can put blocks in here. Krydax's head. Random flesh. A book and quill is super random. I'm not gonna need that anytime soon. We're at 4 a.m. I'm gonna need so many more chests to be organized. And we're still early in the game. Alright. I'm putting blocks in here for now. I'll put the loot bags with the coins. Or I'll just use the loot bag. Hey, 8 string. That's actually useful. That is actually nice. I need to take a quick little break here. I think this is a good time for it, and I need to go check on something outside and use the restroom. So we'll take a quick break, and we'll come back to the stream here in a moment. Well, that was... a lot of things happened at once there. My internet went out. Maybe it was related to the storm. Oh my god. What? Get out of my house. No! These spiders seem faster than normal. Is it? They're jumping? Jeez. Oh gosh. Yeah, that was a witch riding a spider, and it's in our house now. This is great. Great stuff. Throwing potions at me. Can you despawn already? Oh goodness. It's raining so hard out there. All my plants were knocked over out on the porch, which was rough. Okay, we're gonna die. I assume. A wither witch. Do they despawn? This is how it's gonna be, huh? Well. Good news is, I got infinite lives, and you don't. This is peak gameplay. Oh, they heal with potions? Fun. Okay, we're getting out of here. Never mind. Alright, come on. Come on, there we go. Get out here. Maybe you'll despawn eventually. Gosh. What ridiculousness, man. This game... I feel like I got really unlucky with my Valheim spawn, and I don't feel like we've had the best luck on our spawn here. Why don't we just get the creeper blown up? That feels good. Alright. And we're gonna try to draw them away. Yeah, this is their house now. We need to go find a new base, everybody. Oh my goodness. Rightis, why did I not continue my old save? I mean, that's a good question. I think for me, for one, there's 2 big updates that have come out, and I'm just not... I don't love updating in the middle of a base. You know, it breaks various things, it changes things, so some of it's just preferring to get a fresh start. And another part is, like, that was our first run at gtnh, and there's so much that we've learned since then and from that, and I just feel like there's a lot of value in starting fresh that you kind of miss out on if you keep your old save. Like, some of it is just, I don't want to go back to my old save because my old save sucks, you know? And it doesn't suck, but it certainly isn't my best. Do they not despawn? What is going on? This is really weird. And why is the game so glitched out when I'm on a local server? I, like, didn't even see a health bar there. Is that, like, intended magic effect? Or is the game glitching out? Because I'm in multiplayer. Like, shouldn't I be able to... Now I see a health bar. I just don't understand why, like, I'm having server issues when I'm on a local server. Like, you'd think... I don't know. Stuff like that wouldn't happen. Anyway. We need to get all our items back. Is it this one? Yeah. Okay, so... Can we get far enough away from you that you won't be chasing us anymore? No? Do witches not despawn? Does anybody know? Hey, Fiery Boy, thanks for the follow. I don't really know what I'm supposed to do here other than, like, slowly whittle away at the Wither Witch. I guess they're not that tough if you actually have a sword instead of pieces of your own rotten flesh. We might die though. That's fine. Oh, we lived. The boy who lived. Hey, Tech Eagle, how's it going? The update's been great. So, okay, getting stuck on the door consistently is... That alone might make me switch to a single player world. That is really bothering me. But yeah, gtnh 2.8 is in alpha, and so they don't have, like, patch notes so far, but it'll be out in beta soon. And I don't really know a lot of the new stuff. We've tried the auto crafting feature, and it's really awesome, being able to craft, like, in one click, a new shovel or a new axe, or... And I mean, that's just the tip of the iceberg. Like, you can craft a whole LV circuit in one click. You can craft a whole stack of LV circuits in one click. So that sort of stuff is awesome, and I'm really excited about that and getting to use more of that. Our goal right now is just the basics of, like, getting torches and doing some of the early quests in gtnh. We did get a bed already, but... Sowing carrots... If I make sticks, I can get carrots to turn into seeds, so we should do that. Let's get rid of the clover. And cook some stuff. Where did I put all my birch logs? I guess I used all of them. No, they're in my inventory. Okay, so let's make some planks to use as fuel. And then we'll grab our steak. I don't need the raw human meat. Okay, we already did that one. I mean, we'll find coal eventually. Let's just keep prospecting here. Maybe we'll get lucky and it'll be the first one we find. I could also make flint tools first before I start worrying about prospecting. Okay, what do we got? Cassiterite sand, garnet sand. Yeah, cassiterite sand I think is good. Isn't that tin? Isn't that tin? What am I looking for? Yeah. Yeah. Okay, that's great. That is great. You know, I should probably make this cobble so I remember that I've actually already been here. Okay. Yeah, and so then Gregtech remembers that that's 10 right there, which is really nice. And then you can mark it depleted once you've like mined it all out. So you can keep track of all your ore veins nicely. Super duper handy. Okay, this is a copper vein. Beautiful. That's actually really lucky. That is one that we are definitely gonna completely mine out at some point. Okay, so then right now, I guess continuing to follow the quest book is my goal. So let's grab some sticks. What? Oh, okay. Normally those auto detect. Maybe it's a little delayed. Okay, and then we need to plant some carrots. Blueberry plus raspberry. Yeah, we found a bunch on the way over here. And then cobblestone. I don't have enough. I need to go find some more. How do you turn carrots into seeds? Carrots into seeds. Oh, you can't? Oh, do you just plant the carrots? I think you just plant the carrots. Maybe. Uncertain. Uncertain, so we shall go discover. Hey, Chad. Oh yeah, there are crop sticks, but I don't think you need crop sticks for carrots. Yeah, there we go. Alright, and then we got some apples growing over here, which is actually quite convenient in the very early game stages that we're in. Get some free food. Oh, there's just so many things. I almost cut that tree down. That is an apple tree, not an oak tree, as they were very clear to tell us. Okay, why don't we do a little mining, just to have... I'm gonna mine over here so we don't mess with our house, just to get to the 1 stack of cobblestone quest. So yeah, once we're done with the And So It Begins tab, we get into the Stone Age proper, which is all about getting better tools and lots of the various things you can do, like compact storage, you know, your first iron, being able to get metals, getting leather and tinker's tools and weapons, your first blast furnace, or coke oven, I mean, to get coke, how to get charcoal. So there's lots of stuff in the Stone Age. I actually really enjoy the Stone Age. So I'm really excited to get into that. But we're going to kind of finish up some of these quests first. Probably not all of them. A lot of these we don't need, but we will get the major ones done. So for now, we got to get 1 stack of regular cobblestone. Uh-oh, the power is flickering. All right. So combined with this, and we have a stack of cobble. Feels good. So we get our flint and some explorer coins. We get a furnace, or we made a furnace, so we get a Stone Age loot bag here. And next it wants me to bake some potatoes. I'll have to find some potatoes. And yeah, we'll be working on all these in the next one. We got some carrots planted. We'll get our... Oh yeah, why did I not plant... I forgot how easy these are to plant. We'll do this as well, because it takes 2 seconds. If I can find them. Our blueberry bushes. Literally all we... Getting stuck on that door is gonna make me rage. I don't know if that's just a multiplayer server thing, but that is so annoying to me. But yeah, we can just plant these super easily. Like this. And then they'll grow automatically into like a 2-high wall. That's great. So for those of you who are from future YouTube, thank you guys for watching the episode. For those of you who are here live, we'll be streaming more tomorrow. And let's kind of get our to-do list for the next episode. It's really more like get coke for torches. I'm just gonna call this to-do list. Next episode. Get coke for torches. We wanted to, I guess, do Tinker's tools, but that's just follow the quest book. So follow QB more. And then maybe plant some things. I think those are like my immediate goals. So that's what we'll be looking at in the next episode. So as always, yeah, thank you. It's good to see you guys too. Thanks for watching. As always, let me know what you think in the comments, and I'll see you guys in the next one.